Like I said, for all of you that don't know me, I've been in the industry of network marketing for over 30 years now. I've made over $15 million in this industry. It was one of the best decisions of my life that took place in 1987. However, it didn't really appear that it was going to be a great decision when I started this venture, because I failed miserably. I was not teachable. I was not trainable. I was not coachable. And I had a huge ego. So nobody could really tell me, what I needed to do. Although I did listen, I just didn't do it. So, I found that over the course of time that my my learning skills got much better, because it is either learn it or quit. And so I learned it, and I'm certainly glad that I did, because it's given me and my family just a phenomenal way to earn an income. I've been able to pretty much work at home for the past 30 years, except for flying about 6 million miles. So I was on an airplane a lot, because we didn't have the opportunity to have technology like this, right? So I was on an airplane an awful lot. So, what I'm going to do is share some information with you that I think you're going to enjoy. I know I certainly enjoyed putting it together. And as soon as we get everything to work, then we will get on with it. So, and as you know, we're here to talk about Valentus. And, what my job is here today is just to give you some basic information about the company, why the timing is so critical, and really why I decided to kind of come out of semi-retirement and build one more organization. So let me tell you, and again, thanks for joining me, wherever you happen to be in the world. That's me before I lost 39 pounds. As you see, I've kind of slimmed down. That's my buddy Rocky, who is my service dog that keeps me from having anger issues. No. And here's a little bit of advice. Don't try to learn everything before you get started. Learn as you go, right? So make money and learn as you go. And that's really the best way. Focus on money-making activities and don't become an expert. Just kind of learn as you go. Become a good student so that one of these days you can become a great teacher. And I'm going to tell you right here and now that 2019 is going to be awesome. If you would have told me 8 months ago that I was going to be doing this, I would have told you were crazy, because that was the furthest thing from my mind 8 months ago. I was busy consulting for a couple of companies. I was flying all over the globe, and quite frankly, I was eating too much. I was eating too often, and I was eating too well. And as a result of that, I started gaining a lot of weight. Maybe some of you can relate to that, right? I was kind of busting out of my clothes. So I was looking for a weight loss solution. And lo and behold, wouldn't you know it, that Dave Jordan, who owns Valentus, calls me and he says, "Hey, Chuck, we've got this great weight loss coffee that we're going to introduce." And that was May of last year. And I said, "Dave, thank you very much, but I'm not interested whatsoever. I'm not going to build a group, but I appreciate you calling me." And he said, "Hey, just listen to the call. You might be interested in being a customer." Well, I did listen to the call, and I heard some incredible testimonials of all the people that had been using the product for just about a month. And I called Dave back and I said, "You know what, Dave? I said, I'm going to take you up on your offer to become a customer." So I bought some product, right? Well, the rest of the story is kind of history. I lost 9 pounds my first week, which was startling to me. I lost 18 pounds my first month. And now I've gone from 215 to 176. About on my goal. I'm going to get down to about 170. My waist has gone from a 40 to a 33, and a tub, that was hard for me to see the floor when I looked down, but I could rest a book on it. So, guys, it's very exciting. And, I'm just going to tell you that it's all about timing. Big money is all about timing. And, it's really easy to make money in a network marketing company if you catch a company at the right time. Now, a lot of people think that the right time is the beginning of a company, but I have to tell you right now, that's not the best time to catch a company, because there's too many things going on, right? Everybody's just trying to get everything figured out. It usually takes anywhere from 3 to 5 years to kind of get it all figured out. But when you catch a company at the right time and you recognize that, then you need to take action. And I'm not talking about just a little bit of action. I'm talking about all out massive action, right? Why Valentus and why now? As far as I'm concerned, still Valentus is the best kept secret in the industry. It's it'd be 5 years old in July, right? Debt-free, millions of dollars in the bank, and $80 million in sales, $35 million in commissions that it's paid out. So that's a critical component of why I decided to do this. We have a global seamless compensation plan. We have the ability to sponsor and ship product to anyone, anywhere in the world, right? As evidenced by all the people on this Zoom. Our compensation plan is a combination of a binary, a cycling binary, I might add, a coded bonus, and a check match. Now, for you that don't understand that language that I just spoke, that's okay. You'll figure it out as we go on. But Dave and his wife own everything. They own a 12,500 square foot building, which is located in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where it is very cold right now, and I have no intention whatsoever of going up there. They're in the process of buying a second building, 27,000 square foot building just adjacent to that building. The shipping is in-house, the customer service is in-house, and 100% owned by Dave and Joyce, right? No investors, never going public, always going to be a privately held company. Global expansion is happening. As you heard, maybe you didn't hear, our director of international expansion, Terry, talking about that last Saturday. Our first office and warehouse in the Philippines. And, this is the product that encouraged me to do what I'm doing because of how easy it was to take the product. Number one, let's face it, almost everybody on the planet drinks coffee. And so, it's not getting people to do something that they don't already do, right? That's a big component, again, of why I decided to do this. The product works almost instantly on almost everybody that I send it to, and they always get results if they take the product correctly. So, again, had I not been as fat as I was, all these things happen for a reason. Dave Jordan kind of calling me out of the blue, and now me losing 39 pounds, and my wife calling me skinny. That's never happened. So timing and momentum. I'm going to show you a company that I was involved with, and I've gone through this momentum stage twice in my career. And as a result of going through two companies' momentum, I've made an awful lot of money. It's not because I was particularly smart, because the people that know me can attest to that. But I was lucky. Right? I was lucky. All of you people are lucky, whether or not you know it. But here's what happened to me. I got started in this company in 1987, right? Right about down over there somewhere. At the bottom, in 1989, we did $40 million worth of business. You're going to find that the correlation of where this company was and what they did and what we are about to do are kind of similar. So $40 million, I saw that growth. I participated in that growth. 1990, we did 240 million. 1991, we did $500 million. 1993, we did $1 billion. And that company is still in existence today. So that was then, and this is now, right? Here we are. Projected growth curve, we're doing about $2.5 million a month and growing by about $500,000 a month. And here's where we're at, guys. We're at that, again, that critical stage. We've gone through that formulation period of growth, that beginning stage, and we're in the area right before momentum. Momentum generally happens anywhere from 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. There's no really set number, but it seems like, when it hits that critical mass number, there's enough people making money, there's enough people with testimonials on the product, there's enough energy to take this thing and go into hyper growth, right? And that's where the fortunes are made. You don't have to be, again, very smart. You just have to be involved and engaged. Critical mass, 4 to 4, 5, 6 million. And here's what I'm predicting. Remember that company that I showed you a second ago? I'm predicting that in 2019, we'll do 40 to 50 million. I think that's very conservative. Other people are saying it's going to be more than that, but I'd rather underestimate, right? And not over hype it. 40 or 50 million will be great. But here's the big one, guys. In 2020, for all of us that are building through this beginning stages of momentum in 2019, you're going to see this thing go into a vertical growth. We'll grow by a factor of 10, in 2020. 400, 500 million. 2021, we'll double up, right? 800 million. 2022, $1 billion in sales. This is where all of the people will make a tremendous amount of money. Everything's in place for us to be able to hit these numbers. Now it's just a matter of scaling it up, right? So we've got the product. Dave is planning for the growth, and now it's just a matter of us all getting started. And what I want to do is talk to you about getting started right. There's a number of ways to get started. We basically have 4 different ways to get started. You can start with a basic pack, $59. A starter pack, $129. An advanced pack, $199. Or the best way is the business builder pack, $499. Now, why is that the best way? It's not because it's the most expensive. It's really because you get enough product to be able to make your business grow, number one. The second thing is that you participate in 2 pieces of the compensation plan that aren't available any other way except buying this package, right? So the legacy bonus, which is an extra $100, and you're going to see how important that $100 is, the legacy bonus and the global bonus pool. You also max out the compensation plan with respect to the dual team and everything else. So I'm going to take you through those stages. But before I do that, here's what happens. I mean, I try to make this very, very simple. All I want people to do is get into their Rolodex, get into their phone, get into their Facebook, get into their contacts, and go find some coffee drinkers that are overweight, right? It's probably almost everybody actually, if you really want to know the truth, and call them up on the phone and ask these 3 questions, right? Who do you drink coffee? Bob, do you drink coffee? Yeah, Chuck, I drink coffee. Bob, let me ask you a question. Who do you know that would like to lose weight? Well, Chuck, I'd like to lose weight, right? I mean, that's generally my typical conversation with people. And the last question, if the product works for you like it's worked for me, right? You're probably going to be interested in being part of our referral program, because you see, what Valentus does is Valentus uses us rather than hiring celebrities to endorse their product and purchase advertising. They pay us to spread the word, right? So, we have a referral program, and I'm sure you wouldn't mind the company sending you money for referring a great product to your friends. Everybody says, no, hey, that'd be great. So that's when I put them into our referral system, right? I pre-enroll them into our referral system. So, then I go, hey, you know what? I'm going to send you some product and let you try it and see if it works for you. Somebody did exactly the same thing for me, and it worked for me. I decided not to only become a customer, but also to become a representative and make money doing this. So, I'm going to enter you in the referral program. You're going to get an email from the company. Go take a look at everything, and we can talk about that later, right? So here's the other question that I ask people all the time. If there was a chance, and whatever amount of chance, percentage chance, 50-50, 10%, whatever, that a $500 purchase and working 10 hours a week, part-time effort over the next 3 to 5 years could produce a 6-figure annual income, would you do it? Would you do it? Those people would say yes. Hey, it's only $500. It's only 10 hours a week. That's a couple of hours a day. Yeah, I would do that, right? That is really the other question that I ask people, and again, here's the product, right? I mean, like I said, had it not been for this product crushing my cravings, increased energy, metabolizing the fat, helping raise my mood and energy, I certainly wouldn't be here, because this is the product that is really going to take Valentus into that stratosphere. So, here's what I'm going to talk to you about doing, right? I call it the play, and it is, there's a couple of choices. You can either buy 16 canisters of Slim Roast Optimum, or you can buy 350 sticks. Your choice. You can buy both, right? You might want to have canisters and sticks. Again, your choice. But, keep one if you're going to do the canisters, and give the other 15 away. And why give them away? I mean, I've found that's the best thing for me. Maybe it's not the best thing for you. If you're going to do the sticks, keep some of them for yourself, give the rest of them away. Maybe it's 30 packs of 10. Maybe it's less. I'm going to let you make that decision. You can give them away. You can sell them as, as sample packages. I don't care what you decide to do. There's all kinds of different ways to do this, but just do something. Get them from your house into somebody else's house as quickly as possible. And here's what again, I try to keep the numbers in perspective and not overhype the numbers, because they do get extraordinarily large if you go into more than a 20% conversion. And I know some of you are going to have better than a 20% conversion from somebody that tries a sample to becoming an independent representative, to becoming and buying a business builder pack. And it's all about relationships, right? I've seen some people get 100% because they have that relationship. They can say, hey, Bob, I found something. You need to do this with me. It costs $500. Let's get started. I'm going to send you my link. And they just go ahead and do it, right? Without even trying the product. So, but here's what I've seen happen, by sampling out the product, about a 20% conversion rate. And so if you have 15 that you're going to give away, you're going to get 1 or 2 people. If you have 30 that you're going to give away, 30 packs of 10, 6, 20%, 6 people are going to say yes. Some are going, maybe you'll get 4. Some of you might get less. It just depends upon how well you process and how well you, qualify that person in the beginning of, are you a coffee drinker? Do you want to lose weight? If they go, well, I'm not really a coffee drinker and I'm thin as ever, and I need to, gain some weight, not a good prospect. Don't, what you're looking to do right now are just like I am. I'm looking for people that drink coffee that have a burning desire to lose some weight. I had a burning desire. Mitch had a burning desire. Marshall Silver had a burning desire to lose weight, right? So it worked. Let me tell you what happens. Those 6 that said yes, send out their 30 packages, right? We make that list, we make that phone call, we prepare, we work with that person, we give those 6 that said yes, the tender loving care, nurture them and get them moving in the right direction, take them through the back office, spend, your time, nurturing time doesn't start just into the sponsoring process. It begins when that person says yes, right? Now you become that person's teacher, their coach, their mentor. So take them through everything, introduce them to all the people that you work with. So, get them involved and get them engaged. And the more that you do that, the more they're going to interact and participate. Those 6 send out their 30 packages. That's 180 packages going out there. Think about that for a second. 180 packages. 20% of them say yes. That's 36 people, folks. So what happens, you're going to get, I told you that legacy bonus was going to play a big factor in the buying the business builder pack. And here's why. Those 36, you can earn $100 on every one of those people that buy a business builder package. That's $3,600. It might happen in a week, it might happen in 2 weeks, whatever that time frame is. If they're going to buy that business builder package, you're going to make $100. So then you're going to make money out of the business volume, right? The dual team. I'm not going to go into a big detail about that, but you can kind of see that, $20 cycles, right? And that's about $720. And then those 36 that say yes are going to send out their 30 packages. Again, the start of duplication. That's over 1,000 packages that are going out there to work for you, right? The plan is working. So the last part that I'll tell you about, when those 36 say, there's those 1,080 packages, right? 20%, 216 say yes. That legacy bonus again, 100 times 216, $21,000. And again, the dual team bonus, right? Over $4,300 in that bonus. And those 216 send out their 30 packages. So you see where this is going? If you just kept that momentum up, right? Just those 20%, and each one just working with 6 people. That's all they're doing. They're just working with 6 people. That's what would happen. So, folks, nothing that I'm going to show you here has ever changed in my 30 years or really since the industry started. And that was what we do. We share the products, we share the opportunity, and we build for the next event. So very, very simple. Massive success will be yours in 2019 and beyond if you will follow through and do that. So yes, that's me, as modest as I am, right? that the stomach that I had that looked like I was 9 months pregnant has disappeared, and that's a good thing. So, hey, what I want to do real quick is take you through a fast start training and tell you what our compensation plan is. It's a combination, like I said, of a fast start bonus, a legacy bonus by buying that business builder pack, and a dual team that you can earn up to $100,000 a week on. Yes, I did say a week, right? $100,000 per week. And then a matching bonus component, and then the global enrollment bonus, and then a car bonus, right? Car bonus starts at $400 at Diamond and goes up to $3,000. So, very quickly, one-time cost of getting started, becoming a distributor, and then the maximum amount of inventory that you can purchase is $499. People ask me all the time whether or not they need multiple positions. The answer is no. Really, this is it. $536 thereabouts, $550, depending upon shipping to the country of destination. But that's my dog. So unlimited. Rocky said. So unlimited. We can't do that, guys. Yeah. Okay. Go see who's here.
Sounds like my house.
So, like I said, we'll get him out. Like I said, unlimited income potential, right? So, that's basically all of that. Here's what happened to me, right? My first week, this was when I started. I actually signed up on May the 20th, right? And I went to work. I made $724. Well, it was a lot of work to make $724. Let me tell you that. If over the 52 weeks, right, an annual, I would have made $37,000 if I never made any more than what I made in the very, very beginning. So in the beginning, it's all about your efforts, right? Because you're starting by yourself. You're it. You're the CEO of your own company, and now you're gonna, find a couple other people to join you, and that's what I did. I went out. I earned $580 on fast start bonus. I made a whole 7 cycles, right? 20 times 7 is $140, and I got a little match check of $4. I always like to show that because, you got to start somewhere. Now, a lot of people, that was an awful lot of effort for a little bit of money. And that's how the stages grow and happen in this business. And that's what kind of sometimes blows people out of the water, because they got, what, I put in all this effort and that's all the money that I made. And quite frankly, that's what my wife said to me when I started this business 30 years ago. We got our first check, and I had been working for a month, and I got a check for $40. And she looked at that check and she said, they must have made a mistake here. You couldn't have worked as hard as you've worked and done everything that you've done, and you made $40. She said, you need to quit. That was her advice to me right then. You need to quit. I begged for another 90 days, and it all changed in 90 days. So, fast start commissions. Here's what happens. Here's the commission. No matter how you start, whether you started at the basic package, the starter, or the advanced, or the business builder package, if you sponsor someone that buys one of these packages, this is what you're going to make: 20, 40, 60, and 100, right? So we don't penalize anybody that can't start at the top and spend $500. But you know what? I've found in that people do what you do, right? If you start at a business builder package and they ask you and you say, yeah, I started with the business builder package, here's why, then more than likely they're going to say, hey, you know what? That's a good idea. And they'll start exactly the same way. So, you know, like I said before, the majority of your income is going to come from your efforts in the beginning because you're the lone dancer right out there. The legacy coded bonus, don't let this confuse you, but it's very, very simple. The first 3 people that buy a business builder package, that there's always $100 that's paid out. And the first 3 people that you sponsor that buy a business builder package, that $100 legacy is going to go to your enroller, whoever that is, right? The 4th person you sponsor and to infinity that buy a business builder package is going to be paid to you. So first 3 go to your enroller. Now those people are not going anywhere, just that money is going, right? You sponsor 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you know, that's 7 more people. You make $700 that buy a business builder package. Now you're going to get paid on the first 3 of their people that buy a business builder package, right? So the first 3 of those 7 that you personally enrolled would make you $2,100. You're also going to get paid on the first 3 of those 7, and so on, and so on, and so on, right? So that would make you $6,300. So you're going to earn $100 on the first 3 of the first 3 of the first 3 to unlimited width and unlimited depth. So it is a big deal. Here's what the dual team looks like. Guys, it's 2 legs, right? It's a left leg and a right leg. Doesn't ever change. One is your enroller's leg, one is your leg. If you go into your back office and you click on genealogy and you see numbers in the left leg and no numbers in the right leg, guess what? You're on the left leg. Your leg is the right leg, the leg with no numbers in it. So that's the leg you're going to be building. Your enroller's leg is the other one. So, you know, here's what we teach people to do. You know, the first person on the enroller's leg, in order to qualify for dual team commissions, you've got to have 1 on each leg. Very, very simple. 1 person on each leg. Not a Ruby, just somebody that's active. Could be a customer, just buying product, right? Somebody that's active. So, but I've set this up with rubies. So, you know, there's first ruby on your enroller's leg, the second ruby on your leg, and everything is built in one straight line, straight down. So the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, and eighth, you know, continues on down. And the reason I did that was so that you could see if you sponsored 3 rubies right out of the gate, within a calendar month, you'd earn fast start bonus of $300, and then you'd earn a global bonus pool, the end of that pool, of about $250, give or take, right? Sometimes more, sometimes a little less, depending upon how many shares in that pool. So you would be break even, right? You'd break even right there. You'd have all your money back in your pocket. So first 3 rubies are your foundation team, right? And so I grabbed this from Rick, right? So I asked him to send me this. This was his check. And I show you how things transition. Remember, my first check was $140 in my binary and $4 in my match. Most of my income was fast start bonus. You see his was most of his income, and it will continue to grow. $7,700 was in his binary, right? Why? Because he's got a bigger network, right? I'm part of his network, and he's part of John's network, and so on. His match, $2,400, and his legacy, a couple of $100. So $10,400 for the week, right? That's not bad. That's an annualized income of over $500,000 a year. That's a nice job, right? For staying home. You know, $500,000 a year. So, you know, guys, I'm just going to tell you the truth. Becoming a millionaire with Valentus is going to be relatively easy if you stay with it and stay consistent and stay persistent and stay in the process and stay involved and stay engaged and, continue to educate yourself and continue to build your team, always building, right? And giving coffee away, selling it, whatever you want to do, but getting people to try the coffee, whatever that is. And, here's the question. Is this something you can do? You got to ask that question and answer it for yourself. Is this something that anyone can do? The answer is it's all about duplication. And the answer is yes. Anybody can do this if they really, really want to. So, that's the end of my presentation. I tried to speed it up, get done in 30 minutes. Looks like I got over a little bit, but I appreciate your time and attention and having me do this. So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording right now. I'll stop the screen share, and then I'll stop the recording.